Oh, I got it. I got it. I do have a question. I think you recognized it. That point should have stopped much earlier.
Yeah,
Okay.
I took it out of the air, but I just...
Okay. All right. All right. That's fine. Yeah. If it hit the line, it would have been in. It's their call, though.
It's your call. It's your call. Was it on
Yeah.
So it's my serve. It's her serve. I'll choose one.
Oh,
102. They have one. So one. Oh, 1, 1, 2, 2.
as long as it lands, it's good. If it, right, it went on this side. If it touches the line, it's good.
Okay, it's 2, 1, 2. Oh, sorry.
One more serve. All right. Come back over here just for a second. Come on over. I have a couple of questions. All right. First of all, I didn't see any blatantly illegal serves, right, which is the first thing I look for. So while we will talk about, as we go through these lessons, we'll end up talking about serving. You know, what I try to do first is to make sure I have a general idea of kind of where you guys are at. Blatantly illegal serves, I would touch on. I didn't see any of that. You know, you guys all know who I'm talking about, the guy that's got the ping pong serve. It tries to do all this. I didn't see any of that, so that's fine. I did see what I expected to see at your level, and it's very easy to work on those things. I want to ask a question of each of you and see kind of if we have a consensus of what do you think you have the most issue with and would like to work on. And I'll start over here with, say your first name so I remember it.
Deanna.
Deanna?
I guess accuracy of the
All right? I can fix that in one move. All right? I'm going to fix that right now. All right? All right? We're in the right spot. All right? It's not with a J, with a D. Deanna, how much can you miss this line by and it be out?
You can hit the line, but you can't go outside.
All right, but if I miss it by 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch, it's out, right? How much can I miss this line by?
Same.
Nope, I can miss it by 10 feet. And it's still going to be in. Not on a serve, just on a regular ball.
On a regular ball.
On a regular ball. I can miss this.
Okay, so for the side.
I can miss this middle line by 10 feet, and it'll be in. All right? And there's an entire lesson, number 3, is about the mental portion of this game. I will tell you, not only does that middle line give you the most spots to miss, but it also causes the most confusion on your partner's side. And anytime we can add confusion, it adds time to our ability to decide where we're going to put that ball. All right? I do 2 things when I teach. I teach, don't be a hero. Let the other team have their hero shots. All right? And I teach what I call 51% pickleball. If the game is competitive and all 4 people are equally talented and equally skilled to the game, you only have to win 51% of your rallies to win the entire match. I don't think anybody can argue with that one. All right? The 2 shots that lose games are the hero shot that doesn't go in, which is generally less than 51%, all right? Because our brain loves that corner shot that we hit behind him and it hit over there, it barely touched the line. We get really excited and our brain gets attached to that one. We want to do it again. The next 3 go out, and they got 3 points, I got 1. All right? The other ball that gets done is the ball that never should have been touched. All right? We are going to work on that later on, but we hit balls that would have already went out. And it's not just the one that's over our head that only has to go 15 feet. It's the one coming cross court that has to go 1.5 feet that we go ahead and hit that ball. Sometimes we hit a winner. But if we had never touched it, it would have been out. We would have won that rally. All right? We don't get extra points by making our rallies longer. I'm going to try to get you to make your rallies longer. All right? The average 3-5 and below rally is 4.5 hits. All right? I call it serve return badminton. It's what gets played at 90% of the places, 90% of the time. The average pro rally is 17 hits. The difference is accuracy, controlling, and not going for the hero shot until it's an absolute 100%. All right? So I know it didn't totally fix it, but if you change your mentality and don't go for the lines, your ball's going to be in. All right? We'll talk about height in a little bit.
I was going to say the same thing. Just ball control.
Okay?
I would like to be able to dink without hitting it into the net.
Okay?
Hitting the balls where I want it to
Yeah.
Okay?
Playing more confidently at the net and serving more challenging serves.
Okay? One of those things I will absolutely work with you on. The other one, I will tell you, don't worry about it and don't try to do it. Hitting the challenging serve. All right? If right now there's lots of rating systems out there. All right? I don't care what level you are technically out right now. I don't care what duper you're at right now. You wouldn't be here spending money if you didn't want to get better. If you get better, it means you want to play higher level competition. When you get to a point where the competition is not much higher than what you guys can play, you're not acing anybody no matter what you do with the serve. There is a way to make your serve a little bit more competitive, and we'll talk about that. But main thing with the serve, get it in. All right? Got to be in. It's the only time you can score a point is when your team's serving. You know, if you get super good at this, I got a guy that, got this really good spin serve, and it's legal. He can drop it in that corner, You know, and I don't care how old you are or how good you are, there's times that it's an ace. But the other 4 times he hits it, it's either in the net or out. So I'll take those 4 points. He can have his ace and boom. I'm big on telling you, let your opponent have the hero shot, because I teach a mental portion of this game. And the more they can be excited about a shot that is low percentage, the better off I'm going to be. All right, I am going to push you to hit the ball in the middle of the court. All right, because you can miss by a much wider margin. I'm going to push you to hit the ball lower than you've been hitting it, and I'm going to push you to not hit the ball at all. All right, my kids, I won't do it to adults, but my kids, I have those exercise straps. I think you heard this last week. I literally will put it around their arms and they can only play here. All right, because we all want to hit this ball. We also all want to hit this ball, and it feels great when we smack that ball away. 80% of the time, the ball that's up here would have went completely out. All right.
Well, that's my thing when someone's hitting a line drive, I don't, right here.
Okay.
I need to just, I'm afraid.
All right. No issue with that, and I don't disagree. There are balls that you cannot, I don't care, you can't ninja your way or matrix your way out of them. You have to learn how to reset that ball. It's a big part of the lesson, and we'll definitely talk about that. There's a great drill for that we will go over.
And mine would be when they're slamming at your feet.
Okay, I can fix that a lot too. All right.
That's a good one.
All right. So I would like to start today's lesson, which I'm not going to worry about your serve. I am going to talk a lot today about 2 things. I'm going to talk about the return. We're going to start talking about why I return and why I talk about this middle every time. And then we will get in maybe a little bit, if we have time, we'll get into that reset a little bit, because there's even a new drill that I just started doing because Colin Johns is the new director of sport for PPR, which is my certifying body. PPR is the coaching certification, one of them that's out there. That's the official one for PPA. I not only coach through them, they have my insurance, so if one of you fall down, they'll write you a check. I won't. But I also teach I'm a clinician for them. There's 5 of us in the nation that can teach other people to get certified to coach. Colin Johns recently joined our board. He comes and does new things with us. The most recent thing he did, going on a tangent, is literally putting your paddle down, having the ball machine shoot the balls at you at 50 miles an hour, and you simply catch them. All right? It is a phenomenal drill to get you to realize that those balls that we're up here at the net with, that we keep hitting right back up into the air, that simply taking the shot part out of it and making that catching motion with your arm drops that ball right in the non-volley zone. It's a great drill. I will probably the last lesson, I'll bring a ball machine in here, and we'll probably work on that one. But what I want to work on today is where we start. All right? There are 3 shots in pickleball that we can control. All right? Every shot we have some control over. All right? The 3 most important shots we have control over is our serve, all right? Because the ball has to bounce. Where I put that ball is where my opponent's going to be. If I serve short, I'm bringing him right up to the non-volley zone. You notice I won't say kitchen. All right? If I say kitchen with my kids, I got to do push-ups. All right? It's a non-volley zone. If I serve short, that brings them up there. I don't want them there. I don't want my opponent to be at that line. If I'm serving, one of them is already there. So my job is to keep the second person back. If I'm serving, my partner and I are both back. All right? I want you to get even with your opponent so you can play a game that is fair. If I started this game and said that, first name? Beth Ann. Kathy, get to start. You guys get to start right up on the line, right? And Eric, Deanna have to start clear back here. All right? Are you guys okay with this? You guys are perfectly okay with it, right? How about you two? How you feel right now? All right? It's a long way. It's 15 feet. It's 5 steps. But if they're there and you're back there, more than 51% of the time, who's going to win the point? And believe me, in a longer lesson or a longer clinic, I would make you play this game out to get it in your mind that they will win 11-2, 11-3 almost every single time, unless I've got somebody really that can drop that ball into the non-volley zone. Until you make it even, this is an unfair setup. And we as players do it all the time. All right, here's how we get to this point. My serving team. Kathy is back. All right, I'm going to have you guys simply play out a singular point all the way out. Your serve. All right, we're gonna do one more because that serve was a little short. Yep. A little further. All right.
Everyone watching you. Can we turn around?
All right. One more. Hit it a little harder. You can do it. All right. Stop right there. The first thing that happened, we agreed that that was unfair for them both to be up. Right? If we serve short, what's going to happen? She's going to come up. It's unfair. We already know that. We said that. It's unfair. So my serve, I want it to get as deep as possible. All right? Let me have the ball just for a second. I'd like you to set up again. Like you guys to set up like you're going to serve. Let's set up like you're going to serve. All right? I would have you guys do it on this side, but visually this is a better scenario just for a second. In order to get where you want to go, sometimes you have to do something that is definitely not intuitive. Right now, the two of you are in the wrong position. Here's why. You serve, her ball has to bounce. You're actually in the wrong position too. Nope. All right, get where you're comfortable. All right?
I don't like to be too close because I tend to step in.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to correct that too. All right? I'm going to correct. Let's do that. I love when it comes up. I want all of you to go where you're comfortable at the non-volley zone line and just stand there.
Where we should.
No, where you're comfortable. All right? I want you guys to come up too. Actually, do me a favor. Come over on this side so we can do it together. Just slide over. Pretend we're in a mini-sized court. Yeah, just when it's in play. All right? Because the first thing I heard over here from Beth Ann is that she's afraid she's going to step in. All right? I'm going to show you something. All right? I'm going to walk up without looking down, and I'm going to tell you when I'm getting ready to step into the kitchen. And I'm going to get there right now. I'm right on the line. All right? Here's why. All right? And each of you can do this on the court. There is a 3-foot circle around all of us that we play in that is reactionary. Until we get out of that 3-foot circle and start playing off of our opponent's paddle, we are always going to be behind the ball and only reacting to what's happening. And we will not hit the ball where we want to. We will not hit it how we want to because we're just reacting to it when it gets here. First thing you got to know is right now, at my height and at your height, you can't see my line, can you? All right? I can't see the orange line, all right? Because at my height, when I'm right here, that line disappears. Now, you're a different height than I am. Right now, you can see the top of my shoes, all right? You can see the top of his shoes because, slide up to the line. From our feet up, we're all the same height. It's only when we get here that we get taller or shorter. Right now, you can see the top of their shoes. I want you guys to take one big step back. Right now, you see about to her knees, right? That means you're too far back. Come all the way up to the line. Back just a touch. No, it's the orange line. Now you can see the top of her shoes, right? Okay? When you start getting that mental picture of what you can see across from you, you don't have to look down to see if you're at the line or not. It's a great tool to start to recognize where I'm at on the court. So if you come up and you can see my shoes, you know I'm on the line, I don't have to worry about it. All right? If you're at the point where you can see the line where you are, and again, for you and me, it's really easy because does it make sense that the line disappears for me? At my height,
Yeah, but I'm watching the ball. I'm not going to pay attention to where
you'll be surprised that as you're playing the ball, when you're looking over here, you'll start to remember where you're at. Because when you get back here,
I'll want to do this.
so what?
I'll step in.
Yeah, you won't. Trust me. Trust me. All right. All right. Do you hit the net?
Not here.
Why not? Do you step over when you serve?
But I stand back here
Okay.
and I can hit it.
All right. We'll fix that. All right. If you can get to where you're comfortable playing here, you will win more points than you lose. All right. You will absolutely, the play that goes on here and 90% of the places at the level that's being played in this intermediate level, if you can get here, you're going to win. All right? Over the next 5 weeks, I'm going to try to teach you how to get up here and be comfortable with it and not step in. You know, if the way that you hit the ball is by going like this, all right? First of all, if you're having to step forward to hit the ball here, you probably shouldn't hit it. All right, well, that's a different lesson. Most of the balls you should be hitting here are going to be down here. What you're currently playing is you're playing serve, return, badminton.
Well, the ball's coming at you right here.
Right.
The shot on top of
Right.
it right here.
Correct. All right, that shot we never step forward on. It's simply a block.
And that's right.
Right, we have to learn that one. All right, getting comfortable being up here is going to change your game. All right, let's go back to where we're comfortable at the service line back here, and I'm going to do the exact opposite. Most of you were really comfortable right here on the service line. All right, the issue becomes if I'm serving, you're returning, what has to happen to that ball before I can hit it? How many of us have gotten really good at that half volley right here? Most people, a lot of people that I've watched play here and everywhere become really good at this shot. It's not a shot I can control. It's just a reaction, and I'm picking the ball up, and it's going to launch off my paddle and become part of that badminton play that none of us really want to play, but we all get stuck in. So the first thing I would ask you to do is when you serve, take a step back. In this court, it's kind of nice that you've got the black line because that's about the distance I would have you go. Because if I serve, I'm going to serve over here. All right, and she returns. If she hits the line, I now still have room to make a shot if it bounces on the line. All right, my ultimate goal is to get to that line. If she returns short, I just start making my move forward. It is literally, for everybody in this room, it is only 5 steps at a reasonable pace from that line to this line. I don't care how tall you are. You can step it off if you want, but about 5 steps, you're going to end up somewhere in this area to be ready for the next ball. If I'm returning, if I'm serving and I'm standing here and you hit a really nice deep return and my first 2 steps have to be to go back here to hit the ball, I am not making it up there. All right? And if you guys are already there, I'm hitting it currently the way that we're playing it. If we're playing this intermediate level, that ball is going to be in the air, they're going to hit it hard, and the point's going to be over, or I'm going to hit another half volley, and it becomes back and forth in the air until someone makes a mistake. All right? That's how I played for the first 2 years I played it. I was a tennis player. I wanted to hit it as hard as I possibly could. You know, it was cool. I'd go down the line, 1 out of 5 times, and I'd think I was doing great, but I was losing games and winning points. When I backed up and started learning how to drop it into the non-volley zone from back here, and then driving when I was more comfortable doing it, it started to make a difference in my game. So if we back up, how many of you know servers like this? I serve, and they're scoochers. They're about right here. All right? It works if she drops it in front of him, but if she drops it back to this line back here, which is the shot I want you to work on first because it's easiest, he's got to back up. All right? Second, on that return of serve, which is the most important shot, I believe, in pickleball, you should be aiming for this point right here. All right? You come up to the line. We're going to set up for a serve and return. We're pretending we're serving to you. You're right here. You're right here. How many times do you hit a return and they both are still standing back here after that return? All right. If I hit for this middle, there is an indecision moment that happens over here. Whose ball is it? All right. Is it his because it's his backhand, or is it mine because the forehand takes every ball? You know, bottom line is if they have to make a decision, I've got more time. If you hit this return nice and slow, not a big forehand, cross-court tennis shot that gives me no time to get to the line. If you hit that return with a little bit of arc on it that drops anywhere in this back area, you can walk to the kitchen line because they've got to wait for it to bounce. And I guarantee you at the level you're playing right now, both of them will still be back here. You'll be up there, and it will be unfair again. Does that make any sense at all? All right. What should happen, and the lesson we're going to do in the last 20 minutes we have, is we're going to serve nice and easy, and I want you to return. But on the server's side, I want you to talk to each other. I want you to say, me, you. I want you to get comfortable talking to your partner. We play open play. We're playing with different people. Everybody in this room has played with each other, if I'm not wrong. Do you all come here to play? Okay. Well, generally in open play, you're going to be playing with a bunch of different people. Take 3 seconds and say, remind me your first name again?
Eric.
Eric. You know, I'm pretty vocal. I'm going to say me, you. And then say it every ball. Because if Eric's serving to you, you're left-handed, more often than not, you may be coming straight back to this side. A right-handed player, which is 90% we play with, is going to back cross court to Eric, right? If we see that ball coming to Eric, what's your name?
Jamie.
Why is Jamie still standing back here? She didn't have to wait. If you're 100% sure the ball's going there, as soon as it comes off her paddle, you're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, and I'm in the general area of the non-volley zone. She's not. This is the serving side. All right? All right. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, Jamie's not going to come here. Jamie's going to come here. Okay? Because most right-handed players are going to, after Eric hits it, they're going to come back to the person who's the farthest back. All right? This line, I won't ask the question, I'll just tell you what it is. This line means nothing after the serve. There is no your side, my side. I am definitely not a butthole player that takes the whole court the whole time. I don't like that play. I don't like the Riley Newman play. I love him as a person, but I don't like the guy doing this and the girls end up over there, right? But that he serves, you return, I come here, he's still working his way up here. I'll take this ball out of there every single time. And I'll put that ball away every single time. When I see him get here, I'll come back over. Does that make any sense at all? Making the decision off of the ball over here instead of waiting starts to slow the game down for you. So if I know the ball's going to Eric on my return, you're getting up there immediately. You're not waiting. You gotta trust it. All right? The other thing that happens is there's a shake and bake play, if anybody's heard that term. Eric gets to make the decision on whether he's hitting it into the non-volley zone or he's hitting it hard. Both of them work. All right? My tennis players, go ahead and hit that first ball hard. Because what happens, I hit that ball hard, we're still in motion. We haven't got set. You come up all you really can do is reset that ball. All right? If I'm standing here because I moved up and that ball gets popped up here, again, that ball gets put away. If you properly put it into the non-volley zone, I'm up here ready to play that point. If I'm standing here, it's the hardest shot. Somebody said the ball at my feet is a hard shot. It's the hardest shot. All right? It's harder for us tall guys and us older people that have brand new knees to do this and get down here and do anything with that ball but pick it up and shoot it up into the air and it's coming back at us. The same ball that hits here is 2.5 to 3 feet above the net here. So I can take this ball out of the air where I'm comfortable. I can do all this without even bending my knees. Does that make some sense? I'd like to set up on both courts, and I would like to simply do 3-shot rallies. I want to do a serve, a return as deep as possible. Whoever is not hitting this third ball goes up to the line. All right? I want to see how it works. There's another drill I could do with it, but I think I don't need to do it with you guys because I think you can get to this point. So serve, return, and then the third ball. At the third ball, I don't care where it is, just stop the point right then and then do it again so everybody gets a couple of serves, everybody gets a couple of returns. All right? 4 go over here. Yep. Here you go. I may stop you in the middle, but if you had returned that, I wanted you to stop it then. All right. One of the things I will say, what happens there is, yeah, you're not paying attention. We're still living in that 3 feet. You've got to kind of see how it comes off her paddle. You've got to get used to who your opponent is. If she's almost always going to serve, she doesn't have right now, there's not a lot of power coming off that paddle. There's nothing wrong with going ahead and starting to scooch a little bit because she really has to beat you to do that. Go again. All right? As soon as you hit that ball, you should have come up. And I know you're not comfortable with it yet. You went right to where you were comfortable, which is right here. And she has all the room in the world to hit at your feet.
Okay.
All right? If you go ahead and taken those 2 more steps, you're right here. And then most of those balls are going to be right here. It's really hard for her being back there to get that ball at your feet because the net's in the way. Back here, she's got a lot more room to make that happen. All right, your serve. All right. Stop the ball after the third ball. I'm going to fix your serve real quick. All right? Our lower body controls 90% of our power. If we're just using our arm in that motion, the only thing you can do is what you just did. It's going to pop up and it's going to go short. If you turn to your side just a little bit and actually not worry about your arm so much, is actually have your core make that move and even maybe step into it, you're going to go from this to that. Just bringing it down with the same power where it's on a line is going to go farther back into the court. First rule of our serve, it's got to be in. So I want to play an Eric spot just for a second.
Yep.
I want you to serve. I want to do that. I would love to see that same point happen, but go ahead. You serve.
I serve.
All right. If she had gotten it back instead of me being back there, any ball that's in any of this area is going to get put away. Serve one more time.
Because you're gonna get it up there.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's going to give you time to get up there too. Nothing wrong with that. Switch me. No, it's fine. Eric, actually come over here just for a second. Were you tennis or racquetball? Okay, so she's going to come cross court to me unless she absolutely decides not to. Natural reaction, she's coming cross court. I want you to immediately go as soon as the serve is good.
Really?
All right?
Okay.
Yep. I'm 90 years old. I walked to the line because you know why? Because my partner was already here. He covered 70 points, 70% of the court until I got here. Your return was nice. It was nice and deep. But because he was already here, he could cover that ball that really, quote, was in my point, in my court. If he'd have been there, he never would have got to that ball. But he had to take one shuffle step. He's right-handed. Just had to reach out and put it back in play. You popped it up. I put it away. Let's try it one more time. It's a great shot. That's a really good shot. It's a hero shot that you win with every time. The first ball you were up here, if you hadn't been up here and that ball hit the net, you never would have got to it.
Yeah.
All right? The only thing you can do to defend that, because you're naturally coming across, especially if I served your backhand, is you could go down this line, all right, and you're capable of it. But in that case, and do that for me, I want you to go to him on the return.
You don't want me rushing in, do you?
No, I want you to return it. Watch what happens. You're definitely going to him.
You forced me to.
Exactly. You saw me here. You know, even though there's a lot of room over there, you would have come clear across my body to get a ball to drop in here. You thinking, I got to go there. And all of a sudden, you either go right to him because he's coming, or you're going to hit it out. This forces the play. If I had only went to here, you would have come cross court in front of me, and we would have had to play the point out to see if I won or if I didn't, but you've got a great, especially you're lefty, right? No, you're right-handed. All right. She's coming across the ball very well. Do it one more time. Go back to Eric with it.
Your shoelaces undone on your right shoe.
Gotcha. That's what happens. That next ball is what we're going to work on next week, because at that point, you've got to put that ball in front of us, because that's the game that's being played at the level you guys are at right now, is if they get here, it becomes who's got the fastest hands. And you may be winning those battles, but if you go up a level, I'm going to drop that ball in front of you every single time. You're going to hit it into the net. You know, and then we got to get comfortable playing up here to where we can play that for a little bit. All right? Does that make some sense? Talking to each other. I told you it had to go to him. It's just like me saying, I serve, all right? If I'm watching the ball come off your paddle, first of all, I have to recognize that a right-hander is generally going to hit cross court. So we can cheat a little bit until she picks up that you're rushing, all right? But if you come to the middle, it isn't automatic. Then we have to talk. So you come to the middle, I say you, I'm the one rushing, all right? And your next ball is coming to me, and I'm going to be standing right here, and she's not going to be happy with me. All right, play a couple points out trying to do that, rushing back and forth while I do it with these guys. All right. I'm going to jump over and I'm going to take your spot just for a second. I'm going to serve. She's right-handed, so she's going to come back to me with this serve. All right? As soon as you see the ball is good for this drill, I want you to immediately go all the way up to the line and take any ball that you can touch. All right? All right, that's one we won. Go. Oh, wait. Where were you? I want you to go. As soon as the ball's good, I want you to go all the way to the line. All right? All the way to the line. Don't wait on me, because we know it's coming to me. Go. No. Let you go. I'm going to trade with you. You serve. No matter what happens, you're taking the next ball. All right? Because she's going to return in this general area. You're going to hit it.
That's what scares me. Yeah, that's the one.
All right?
I know.
It should scare you.
It does. I'm never fast enough. I'm scared.
But guess what? You don't have to worry about me hitting that ball if you don't hit the one right here. So that ball that came to you, if you put it in, give her the ball just for a second. You get a choice where you want to put it right now. You want to put it up here? Or you want to put it right here?
Well, I want it to go down.
Okay. I'm going to teach you how to do it. Do it right now. Put it in here right here. I can't do a lot with that ball. I got to put it back in here. But if you put this ball up here, I am going to put it away every single time. I don't care if you're there or if you're 2 feet back. I'm going to hit that ball hard. What? No, she returned it to him.
But
The very fact that I rushed and
I
I...
have to react how it's coming at me, not the shot prior. I didn't do
Correct. And you reacted by hitting the ball. And you hit it here. This is a shot we're going to work on a lot, is able to reset that ball. All right? That ball, instead of hitting it, you actually have to block it, soften. We're going to work on that. All right? But did you notice, though, by me being here, I was ready for the next ball no matter what happened, and that becomes a put away.
Yeah.
All right? Does that make sense? Yep. Let's trade positions again. On this return, are you comfortable? Can you hit it back to him? All right? I'm going to try to put it in a position where you go back to him. All right? So you're going to stay back, and you're going to put it back there. All right? You got all the way up there. He hit it out. All right? He's got to put that ball in front of you. You did exactly what I wanted you to do. You forced him to do something special with the ball. All right? So that you've got to decide to either put that ball in their wheelhouse or you've got to be able to put it in front of them. All right? If you had hit that ball here and I'm already up here, I'm going to put the next one away. This middle area, it is no man's land. You will get good at doing a half reset, but it's just constantly resetting that ball to get smashed again. If we start moving up here, I swear to you that I can hit the ball as hard as I possibly can. Before we're done, you'll be able to put that ball
that's my goal.
right back in here.
Yeah.
All right? Right back in here every time. And not only if I'm back here hitting it hard, does it make it really hard because I got to run up and get the next one, but it takes that banger game completely away from everybody. But we're going to work on that. All right. Jump back in there. No matter when you see the ball coming, all right, the other person all the way to the center. to be ready for the next ball.
To the orange line.
To the orange line, center orange line, knowing that she's right-handed, it's generally going to be coming to him. If she happens to hit it back here, it won't be with power, and even if you're here, you're going to be okay. But if he can get it, you need to be up there because the next ball that comes back, you're going to put away. Your serve.
If she goes down the line, they come over and get it.
If she goes down the line and it's a hero shot, say good shot and move on to the next one. All right? That's the last thing we're going to talk about here is the hero shots in just a second. Go ahead. All right, that was a little out, but that was a perfect example of, even though she did come to you, if you had already started to move, you were in a position to hit that ball.
Okay.
You guys serve. You guys serve real quick. That was the second ball.
Second shot.
Yeah, that was just a return.
I thought we were supposed to stay in back until.
Well, for the drill, I want you to get used to get all the way up there.
Okay.
All right. You called it. All right. Here's what I want to do for the last 5 or 6 minutes. To get an idea of where we stand, I want you all to play a kitchen game. And I owe you all 10 push-ups. All right? All right, a non-volley zone game. You're going to play to 6 or 7 or until that. But just like you're playing a regular game, the serve has to be cooperative. So I've got to do this. I'm not trying to ace anybody on my serve. I'm just going to put the ball in play. It's 0-0-2. I'm going to start here. All right, that's a point for me because she didn't get it back over the net. All right. After you've hit it 5 times, all bets are off. You can do whatever you want. All right. I would ask you for right now for the drill not to lob each other. All right. We're not working on that right now. But let's get 5 balls to bounce in the non-volley zone, and then you can speed it up if you want to. All right. I want you to get comfortable being up here, being able to put the ball. Your weapon becomes positioning, not power. All right? Let Eric start, just like a regular game. Jump up here, gentlemen.
So I just have to get it in the.
Just gently in. Oop.
I like to say kitchen. Okay, I'll non-volley. Their point. Yeah.
I'm going to fix your kitchen plate just a little bit. All right, hang on just 1 second. All right. So when we try to use all arm, a lot of risk becomes part of that. And that risk creates bad angle as well as good angle, but it creates a lot of angle. We use our, how are your knees?
One's weak, but go ahead.
All right. I have 2 brand new ones, so.
Oh, good.
All right.
Good for you.
So this movement is enough to put the ball over the net, especially when we're stretching. If we can add this to our shot where we're using our lower body to make a little bit of that lift happen
Instead of our wrist.
instead of our wrist. It's not going to pop it up as much. It's going to be more controlled. And over the course of multiple games, these are bigger muscles. Takes longer for them to be tired out. All right? Adding this to it is going to help us last a little longer than constantly everything's arm, arm, arm. All right?
All right.
Thank you for being polite. Let me jump in just for a second. Okay. You've got
Still wrong.
no. There's not wrong. There's better.
Better.
There's
okay.
better. All right. So you've got good contact with your arm, but instead of just being still all arm, let's go like this. And it's a slight movement, but using that lower body
You don't
to
want to
lift.
Oh, push with the racket.
Me?
No.
don't be afraid to step into the non-volley zone. That line's only there if I'm hitting it out of the air. If you know it's going to bounce, don't be afraid to take that little half step to put it back into play. So lift with your body as much of the arm. Lift, there you go. That's a perfect shot. You can't defend that shot. All right, boom, boom, boom. We reached an all arm. Don't be afraid to step over and lift that ball with your body. All right? That's when we get into the trouble. That shot to him, right into his hands, boom, comes back hard. That becomes the badminton part of it. And even the pros get into that same battle. I mean, it's cutting down the number of times we make that error. It makes a difference in the game. We're still going to make them. We're still going to hit out balls. We're all going to do it. But narrowing it down to where it's less and less. All right? I have a question for you. First name again?
Linda.
Linda. You see a lot of balls getting popped up like that?
Of course.
Okay.
Because of the angle of my racket.
It is the angle of your racket.
So how can I change that? That's
Well, guys, come over here just for a second. Let's wrap up and talk about a couple of things real quick. Things that I think I would like to do and things that I definitely don't try to do with adults. All right. Here's why. We've got 50, 40 plus years. I mean, there's nobody here that's under 30, right? Right? So we have decades of doing things one way and they're ingrained into our brain and they're comfortable. If I tried to change everybody's grip, it would take you weeks and you wouldn't be comfortable for weeks. I have to take what we already have and we do well and add things to it to make our game more enjoyable and make us win a couple more points. All right. In this particular case, you're getting pop-ups because you're left-handed and your paddle face is actually pointing up. And you're holding it like this, right?
like this.
Yep. Do you shake hands left-handed
No,
or right-handed?
right-handed.
Are you pretty ambi as far as you can go both?
I can't play this right-handed.
All right.
I do, yeah.
Try to
Those
shake
things.
my hand just for a second. All right, that's perfect. Hold your paddle like that. All right. Now, when you turn it in, just a touch that way.
Turn my wrist in a little.
Just a little bit, and it's your whole wrist. Just a little bit is
Right,
gonna
'cause I'm holding it.
because you're going like this, and every ball is coming off your paddle. Naturally, the paddle angle. That's where wrist creates that big angle. That ball's coming up, and he's hitting a winner, but it's not because he hit a great winner. It's because
popped it up.
if I throw it up to you right there, I mean, my 90-year-old Ann, some of you know her, it can hit that as a winner. If you do one of two things: A, don't try to hit it. Just let it hit your paddle. Just let it hit your paddle with a little less of that rake, then it's going to drop in there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. I would also,
Sounds good.
I may ask you as a lefty to maybe even put a little bit more angle this way, so you're not
Back toward
going.
me?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Let's try hitting a couple more.
So I put my elbow out more?
Yep. Not wrist. Yeah, you're right, exactly right. Not wrist, elbow. That'll also give you a little room to soften. Okay. Did you notice when you hit that one that it had a little top spin on it?
No.
Did anybody else see that the ball? Let her hit a couple more balls real quick. All right, that had backspin because you went back to what you're comfortable with and what you've been doing. Look at your hand. Look at your hand. Look where you're at.
Oh, I did it.
Yeah.
It's natural for me.
It's natural to you. So I would
I need to practice.
I would have you change because that ball has that backspin on it. This ball is going to have a little bit of top spin. It's going to go down.
I need to
Yeah, just a little bit away from you. Yeah, and it is. Anything we have to do to change something we've been doing for decades is going to take a little while, because if we're dealing with the front end of our brain, it's all fight or flight. It's what we're used to. When we start making decisions, we're going to start controlling where the ball goes to, how we hit it, making changes like that, and eventually that will become the habit to be able to come across that ball. I do go from my regular continental grip on my forehand. When I come over here, it's just a slight turn. It's a quarter turn, but I go to this on my backhand. All right. Last thing I want to do is everybody come over here, get up on the non-volley zone line, and get into your comfortable, your regular ready position. Okay. First of all, I love 90% of you right now. Okay. I would advise you over the course, because you've decided you want to get better at pickleball, is to take lessons from multiple people, because what I do doesn't work for everybody. I will tell you that when I was taught to play, this was ready position. All right. I absolutely could not fathom in my mind how a ready position was a way that I could never hit the ball. All right. I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm saying it's wrong for me, because I cannot hit the ball in any way, shape, or form like this. This is not designed to hit the ball. All right. My ready position is more along the lines of this or even this, because at this point I can hit the ball. All right. And most of you went some form of that. All right. Here I have to go here or here. Here I just have to hit the ball. If it happens to be a forehand, okay, I'm there, but I don't have to worry to try to get to my backhand. All right. My left side is considerably weaker than my right. All right. Full on stroke 2008. So I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything on my left side at all. And it's still weak. So going here to here isn't intuitive to me. Going here anywhere causes me to have to make a decision. Being here means I can hit 80% of the balls that are at me. So your ready position has to be a ball, for me, has to be a spot where I can actually hit the ball. All right. This is also a defensive position, so I'm not going to get hit in the face or dead chest, because all I got to do is here to here, and I'm covering most of the court. Does that make sense?
Are you holding it between your chest and your belly button?
Yeah. Depending on your height, you probably should get up to about here. All right. I'm super comfortable right here because it's only like an inch I got to go to come up. All right. I have the hardest thing I have worked on in pickleball that took me from being a decent player to being the level that I'm at is not hitting any ball, well, hitting less balls that are above my paddle right here. Because I will tell you that 80% of the balls that are higher than this are going out. And I simply try not to hit them. I still do it. You know, the people that play with me regularly, because I'm big at hollering no. All right, so ball's coming over Eric's head. No! I mean, I do it, and he still hits it. But over a course of time, you start to hear that no, you'll see the paddle start to be pulled down. All right? They've got to do it for me as well, because in a really fast game where, you know, I still every once in a while will hit one of these. But the number of balls that I do this on, and people go, why'd you let that go? It was out, and it went out. All right? Keeping the hero shots hero. You know, heroes are very unusual acts of courage. They don't happen every single day. All right? Let the opponent have their hero shots. They hit the line, they hit a lob and it lands in. It's a hero shot. They win on that shot. I do one of these and it goes by and it lands in. Okay. The next two or three are going to go out. And we're going to work on letting balls go as much as we will on letting balls come in. You know, yes, I don't care where you're at. If I'm standing here or I'm standing back here, a ball hit hard right at me, it's a scary ball. All right? It just is. You know, and I can't teach everybody to do the matrix. What I can do is try to teach you not to hit a ball up at them that they're going to hit back at me like that. Because it comes from this side, not that side. All right? The ball that I hit here and he hits hard from down there has an upward trajectory. I just don't hit it. Right? That ball comes from down there hard. I guarantee you it's going the 15 feet it needs to go out. So start letting those balls go. Next week, we're going to work on the third shot drop. Game changer. It's not a ball that I tell you you have to hit every single time because it's not the best ball, especially over the next 3 months. It's not your best shot because you haven't had to hit it a ton. Your best shot is a cross-court ground stroke, right? But I expect it. So I can tell my partner as soon as I serve, go ahead and crash the middle because she's going to hit it back to me because she's going to hit cross-court ground stroke. As soon as you are not predictable, makes the game harder for me.
The drop shot, that's what I was meaning when I said practice thinking.
Right.
Standing
Back there, putting it in here. A pro player can put the ball into the non-volley zone from anywhere on the court, no matter how hard it's hit. When you watch a really good player, I mean, I'm a good player, but you watch a really good player, and they literally can drop a backhand, drop a forehand, anywhere on the court, they can put in here because they decided to do it. It's amazing. Being able to do that gets you to the point where we're all standing here. If we started playing right now, it's pretty equal. If you're 2 of you are back and 2 of you are up, it's not. I want to get you to where you're equal up here, and I want to get you out of the badminton. Whoever has the fastest hands, right, is the winner. And for those of you that are going to play between now and next Friday, I would tell you to purposely let balls go, and you will be amazed. You know, if the first one drops in, you're going to go, Bill was wrong. All right. But if you're even back here and that ball's here, just pull your paddle down. See what happens. All right? You're going to start to see the one that came straight only has to go 12, 13 more feet, and it's out. Most of them are out, the small court. Coming cross court, it's going to go 6 inches. All right? Let me see the ball just for a second. Last visual. If the ball was here, would you hit it?
No.
Why not? Okay, good answer though. All right. We did this the other. You saw there. If this ball's right here, would anybody in this court hit this ball? No. All right, except by accident. We'd let it go because it's going to go out. All right. More than 50% of the balls that are this height or higher are going out. With any angle, it's even shorter most of the time. I mean, technically it's 48.3 feet that way, but it's only 15 feet that way. All right.
This level of play?
80% of them are going out. Oh. Absolutely. Going out. You come in here and watch open play in this building, and any building that's at this below 4-3 level, all these smashes that are going back and forth, every one of them, they're not even going out, they're hitting the wall. They absolutely are. And even with the indoor ball, you get an outdoor ball in here and they'd all be bouncing off the wall. We'd be playing racquetball because they'd hit the wall and come in that way. And until you start doing it, you won't believe me. But simply pulling your paddle down, if I put that strap around you and you can only hit balls down here, these balls that are here that start landing out more than 50% of the time, you automatically win that rally. And all of these balls, I mean, these balls that are going back and forth, you know, are going out. I mean,
But that takes half the fun out of it.
I still want you to have fun. You wouldn't be here, though, if you didn't want to change something. All right? There are people that just want to hit the ball hard. For 2 years, that's all I did. Because I was a tennis player. I had that cross court, you know. And then all of a sudden, they got these guys standing here going, okay, Bill's playing, bank, bank. They knew it was coming low, but they just stood up here and finally got it across my hand. If I put a couple of them in front of them, they start doing something different. And then I quit going for the lines, all right? Because again, I'm a tennis player. I want to go for the lines. I quit going for the lines, all right? Because I don't have any room to go for the line there. I would, when I started going for the middle and they started doing this on me, then I'd go for this section. Much easier to hit because I've got 6 or 7 feet than trying to make that right on the line shot. So it became only use those shots when I had an absolute, when it was more than 80 or 90% that I could make that shot. All right? And it is fun to go back and forth. It's fun to hit these, you know, there's one younger lady that plays in here, the almost silver blonde hair. She's great. She's great from this spot. Half volley, half volley, half volley. All right? But if she was here, those wouldn't be half volleys. That'd be put away, put away, put away.
D. Is that her name? D?
Yeah. Any questions for lesson number 1? This is a real general lesson to kind of get us started.
Yeah, so for beforehand, you're just shaking hands with your paddle.
I am real big on being comfortable until I see something that is causing you problems. All right? So I really, at our age, don't want to change anybody's grip unless it's causing, what I can physically see is causing an issue. You again, tennis player, you've got that continental grip. You probably don't change when you go backhand either, right?
I don't think I do.
No, because I just watched you do it because you're doing this and you're coming across. You're even putting a little topspin on your backhand. What I saw over here is because she's a lefty, she was hitting every ball like this with that upward trajectory, and she's getting killed on the next ball. Yeah. So coming up, she's actually holding it like this. You know, and again, I'm not lefty, but same thing over here. I mean, when I do my left-handed, I purposely, I'm putting a little topspin on it.
Turn the top.
Yeah, right here. And you did the same thing. You did your left hand. You did your backhand. You know, this is a shot. You go from blocking to, again, we're generally going to play against right-handed players. I'm sitting here block. It's going to her backhand. If I'm over here, if my ready position's here, I'm going forehand, and you're just going, it is ping pong. Boom, 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 right back at me. As soon as I'm going to your backhand, it's a totally different shot. And most people's backhand is weaker than their forehand. It's a rarity for it to be the other way around. And until you create the time to decide where you're hitting it, it's just reactionary. So part of the biggest thing I'm going to teach you is how to get that extra time, and it's deciding to hit one a little softer. So I've got that extra 10 milliseconds to decide I'm going over here with it. All right? Cool?
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Review the takeaways from today.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Stay up, get up front. Quick. Doesn't hurt your power.
There's a lot there.
Yeah.
One thing.
Serve deep, return deep.
Stay back.
Serve deep, return deep. All right. Communicate. Start to communicate with your partner. Start to recognize what's going on, not when you hit the ball, but when your opponent hits the ball. That's what would be the takeaway, is if you can start playing on their side of the court, you will have more time to decide what to do on your side of the court. Right? If I know that Deanne is a short server, I'm going to adjust for that. If I know that Linda is left-handed, and I know that Jamie's right-handed, and they're in this position, I'm telling my partner, backhands are in the middle. All right? Because right now, it's tough for them to hit a ball in the middle. Okay? Before we're done, we'll get into stacking with you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Both of my tournament partners are left-handed. We stack every point. All right? Because I never want backhands in the middle. And the other takeaway is it's hard to miss the middle. Put more balls in the middle. All right? Cool. I'll see you next week.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Do they still call this Divorce Alley?
Yeah, I have heard that. Yeah.
Did you send out an email to the advance?
Have not yet.
Okay, because Tammy's picking me up. She's in the advance.
Until they Darcy actually gives me the official contract, which he's working on now.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to contact you guys because I have to ask permission.
Yeah.
So he should have that to me today. I talked to him this morning. Then I can actually send that stuff out to you. I gotta turn him in.
I figured it'd have to be afternoon. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
We're gonna go check out the YMCA. Huh? No, I mean, it's not, what time is it?
You're who I was talking about.
I figured I was.
You were who I was talking about.
I think you might be talking about me.
Yes.
I thought you said silver hair.
Yeah, when you said silver hair, I eliminated my wife.
I said blonde silver.
See, when I didn't even say it, I was like, oh, that's my
Let's
I don't
play.
even know my wife.
If anybody can stay, if anybody wants to play, let's play one game. I'll stay for one game. You do. What? It's D, right? What's her name? Tammy. Tammy's got. This is hard to teach. Tammy, I'm telling you, this is hard to teach. This ball that you are killing it on right here is hard to teach. I get you up there or back there. When you have to be here, these guys won't be able to touch you because this is a tough shot. All right. Scissor 2. One, 0, 2. Nice and slow to your backhand. Two, 0, 2. Did you notice I got over there and got ready for that shot before you hit it? 3-0.
All right.
Yeah, that's a lucky shot. 4-0. Slide all the way up. Good ball. Deep. If you can, that ball right back in the middle. Four, 2, 1. Four, 2, 2. Bounce it. Bounce it. think you're very fair on that serve. Okay. His serve. 2-7. I would have hit it. It had a little bit. It's your ball. Your serve. Your serve. Seven, 4.
I should let that go. It was a tough.
Yep. Got a great serve. That deep serve is hard for someone to do something special with. Did I serve? Did you serve first that time? Yeah, he was 1, yep. 10-4-2. Hero, try it for a hero shot. You gotta let it bounce. Ten, 4-1.
Good game, thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you.
schooling.
Thanks.
Trying to keep it away from me, going on that side was the right idea, but you kept going farther and farther and farther over until you finally were out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, aiming for the middle since he was staying back still forces him to hit the ball.
Right.
And then
I just tried to
yeah.
stay away from him, not
Yeah.
to go to him.
Yeah.
I tried to stay away from both of you.
All right. I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
How are you?
You know what I wanted to ask you? So I learned, and this is her paddle from Linda Thompson. Do you know her?
I know her very well.
I know. She's
Very good. She's a great player.
I